Yes, we are live for the last day, day three. Day three. I was 2 minutes late and I am sorry. Let's wait for people to join us live. Yes, people are joining us. I will start my computer. Today I have my computer with me. Goody, goody, goody. And it's live in the group. If you're live, please let one know if the sound is okay. I guess it is because Manon commented something. And yeah, sound is good. Okay, last day. Yeah, thank you again also to the people in the replay. Loved reading your messages yesterday. I always loved these 3-day events. There was something special about it, about the connection, about to really dive deeper into a subject, to do it together, to do it with the people in their lives, to do it with the people in the group, to do it with the people watching from the mailing list or YouTube, wherever it is that you come from, and it doesn't mind really. And I hope you had a good start of your day after yesterday's full moon. And I'm a bit sad in a way that it's the last day, and 3 days is also good enough. So let's just start, and if people will join us throughout the live stream, then that's totally fine, and everyone jumps in when they are ready. What I wanted to dive into today is the thing about quantum leap, because what I always experience with women, and I guess because I have been that kind of woman myself, and I always have to watch that I am not diving back into being that woman, is choosing less than what's aligned. So choosing too little for yourself, settling, pleasing, and not choosing the quantum leap that the divine, the universe, God, whatever it is that you want to call it, has desired for you, has imagined for you, is already yours, because it's energetically yours. And if you think, most women, for example, if you take an example, choose 1,000 euros over 10,000 euros. But if you feel into the soul, if you follow the soul always has a bigger desire. And my work is to help you quantum leap, because it's always about a quantum leap. It's a quantum leap in business. It's a quantum leap in your love and relationships, in the connection that you let yourself allow. Because if connection isn't safe, if love subconsciously doesn't feel safe, then we don't allow ourselves to let it be as good as it can get. Because to really let love in and to feel the deepest connection that's possible can feel unsafe. If trauma is involved, then the trauma side can feel unsafer than love, even though it's a contradiction. And it's not only about the quantum leap, it's not only about letting all the love in that you deserve and all the love that's yours, but it's also doing it your way. And that's what I experience myself. Again, now we had our family, and now we have Luca who joined us in our little family, and life changes again. And if we allow the business to grow with us, to grow around us, to really dive into our heart and trust that the universe gives you everything that you need, everything that you should have. Kind of a strange sentence, but I think you get what I mean. Then you can always form your desires, and your business and whatever other desire that you have can be received as exactly how it's meant to be received in your life. Because sometimes women say, well, it's difficult, I have children, I can't do this because of the family, I can't do this because of my husband, I can't do this, and fill in the blanks. But you can do everything you want. And on this last day, I wanted to help you connect with your biggest quantum field, so that you really feel into your desire, your biggest desire, not just a desire, not a smaller desire that's distracting you from your soul, that is only giving you, for example, if you make chicken soup, then you get everything you want except the chicken, the main ingredient of your soup. And this is the same with desires. And you can think, oh, I will go after these little desires, I have everything I want. But you need the biggest desire. You need the chicken. Otherwise you don't have chicken soup. And it will always be that if you really let yourself feel, and if you are honest with yourself, you know that there is more possible. And we women can ignore all these big desires. We can ignore them for a very long time, till you know there is no more looking away from what you deeply desire, till you know this is your moment. And the program that I will launch at the end of this live stream is exactly about that. It's exactly about taking your momentum, creating your own momentum, and quantum leaping with a lot of love, with an open heart, and staying connected to your own power every step of the way, and claiming what's already yours. And I especially say claiming because often for women there is something with the word claim. It sounds too harsh, it sounds too this, too that. But you are not taking it away from anyone else. It's yours, and it's yours, and it can never be taken away from you, or taking it away from someone else. So that's that. Let's close our eyes to start with, because this is also how the program will be. The program will have weekly calls, and we will have embodiment exercises every week. We will work with the sexual energy. We will work with healing, meditation, all the feminine power sources. And just celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself for being here in this moment together. Celebrate yourself if you will watch the replay. Stroke your arm. And why do we do that? To really be present in the body. Because our biggest desires, or quantum leaps, need us to be present in our bodies. Anchored in our own body. Anchored in our own truth. Maybe you even want to touch your face. Stroke your hair. That's what we do with little children. And it can be really nourishing to stay in your own body. Touching your head, touching your hair, touching your heart. Really welcoming you inside your own body. And also acknowledging that you are so much more than this body. Your soul chose this body, but you are so much more. Connect with your heart and open her. And take up more space. Just set the intention. Or tune into your hips and take up more space. And let yourself feel safe in this space that's yours, because you always are that bigger space. But don't underestimate how often women shrink. And if you, for example, put a reminder in your phone just to tune in and take up the space that's energetically yours, and just setting the intention for something like that is good enough, you would be surprised how often you would see that you had more space than you were living in that moment. Don't be afraid to take up your space. Don't be afraid to let yourself be seen. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Don't be afraid to speak up. Speak up for your children. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your tribe, the people that need your medicine. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Ask your yoni to activate if you don't feel her yet. Maybe she was already present. She's always present. But was she activated? And for today, we also invite the breasts. And why the breasts? Because there is lots of judgment on the breasts. But this area of your body is also your abundance. Your feeling of abundance comes mainly from the breast. So just connect with this area of your body. And let's clear the energy that's present here that's not yours. Let it go. Be proud. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders to make up even more space. Open that part of your body to really let the heart come forward, but also this abundant space. Now lay your hands where you want them to lay for the rest of this exercise. Do what feels good to you. And for this quantum leap exercise, we especially ask your guides, my guides, to join us. We ask powerful feminine energy to join us. Maybe something comes up for you and maybe it doesn't, and that's totally fine. You just have to receive to be present with all that's here in this moment. And I want you to imagine that you are at a place that feels really comfortable for you. For me, for example, that would be a beach or a forest. And see yourself standing there, enjoying the sun on your skin, hearing the whispers of nature, really receiving life in that moment. Feel your inner smile. Anchor your feet deep into the earth. Really anchor yourself in this amazing energy. Anchor yourself in feeling alive. Anchor yourself in feeling abundant. Anchor yourself in feeling so much joy. We ask the universe to bring you more trust, more trusting her, trusting your guides, and more trusting yourself and trusting your desires. We ask the universe to bring you the guidance and the trusting energy to trust your inner fire, to trust yourself in becoming the times 10 version of yourself. And not that you are not good enough now. We don't grow from that shadow place. You are more than good enough now. But we grow from desire. Because from that place, if we allow ourselves to choose and grow from desire, we always grow with so much more ease and so much more joy. Because desire is your life force, your sexual energy, the energy that literally creates life. It's not even about sex, it's about so much more than sex. It's about being sexual in life, in your day-to-day life. Sexual means being alive, creating life, creating your life. And in this moment, just tune in to your biggest desire. What is it that you want? This can be something in business. This can be something in your love and relationships. This can be something in motherhood, and maybe it's a combination of everything. What is it that you so deeply want? And let yourself allow to feel it. Allow yourself to feel it all. State your desire. Say it out loud or in yourself, all is well. But bring it to the table. And open up, open up, open up. And now listen closely to your body. Tune into your desire and listen to what the body or the mind does. And if your body reacts, you go to that place in your body and make more space. Send energy from your heart and make more space. And if the mind comes up, you create more space. We ask all these little spirit animals that are present to guide you even more, to send you more playfulness and trust, but especially also playfulness, to let it feel light, because desires are light. Creating is so much lighter than being afraid and standing still or looking away, stepping back. Let all this playful energy join you, and lay one hand on your heart, one on your belly, and state to yourself that you will go after this desire no matter what. And if you need more trust, ask for it. Don't jump into the mind. It's not about the how, we will dive into that later. Just ask for what you need. What is it that you need? Universe, bring me more trust. Universe, bring me more inspiration. Universe, bring me more examples of women doing what I desire. Universe, bring me the right people on my path who can help me. Ask for what you want. And go back to that moment in your favorite place. At the beach, in the forest, something that you really love. What is it? And see yourself standing there, filled with this loving quantum leap energy, feeling alive, empowered in your own life force. And not from needing to prove or pulling. No, from the heart. This is your desire, led by your heart. Your quantum leap, fueled by your own heart's energy. And step forward. See yourself stepping forward. Step forward, no matter what happens, we will clear that later. But see yourself taking the first step, maybe even more. And lay one hand on your throat and one on your yoni. And if you are in a spot where you can't do that, then just connect with the energy of both and declare to yourself that you will devote yourself to this desire, that you don't ignore, you don't step back, you don't let it fly to someone else. It's yours, and you will use all your free will to go after what's yours, and not from this achieving, pulling energy. No, from this very children really curious kind of energy. I see lots of little dragons and unicorns joining us in this moment. So let yourself be guided. Because this is what you want. And what you want is yours. Open up. Open up. Open up. Thank yourself for stepping forward. Thank yourself for taking this moment to really tuning in to your deepest desire. And take one last breath in and out. And when you feel ready, you come back into the room, into this masterclass, in this present moment. And the funny thing is that the moment we step into our biggest desires is also the moment that if you listen closely, the body reacts or the mind reacts. The mind reacts almost right away, at least that's my design. And that's not a bad thing, because that's how it works. We are anchored into this field, into nowadays society, experiencing both, experiencing the polarity of light and your ego, your soul, and the collective field that wants to pull you back. The moment you step into the desire, there's almost immediately a collective energy that's pulling you back. And if it's not pulling you back, you can feel it. For example, when I was a single mom, and I was really enjoying building my business, but there was also this feeling present almost constantly. This is hard, this is difficult, oh, I can't combine the two, blah, 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 all these thoughts. And I thought, this isn't even yours. And if we are healers, if we are feminine leaders, intuitive women, then the moment you step forward and you are on your journey to anchoring in your desires, you will heal a part of the collective field. For that to heal, you have to feel it. So all of these thoughts are often not even yours, because the one that you know, the one that's yours, is your desire, and that's leading the way. All the rest is not yours. For example, starting the 30-day 30K challenge, I stated for myself this, from May this year to May next year, will be my $1 million year. When I stated that, and I have it all, I was tuning into that this morning, that's why I wanted to bring it up, and I could really feel it in that moment. If I tune into this will be my $1 million year, my head will go on. My head will becomes more heavy. So the head wants to interact in one way or another. I will feel my belly. So I have to make more space in the belly. I have to bring healing energy to the belly. The moment after, I felt, yeah, but what if I only make it once? What if I only have $1 million year and then it will all go down the drain? What if that's the case? Wouldn't it be great to go after that one-time $1 million year? Because if you truly trust the universe, but our ego doesn't, or your ego wants to protect you, then it wouldn't make a difference. Because after that, something else will come. And maybe then I will want to live in a little house in the forest and just write books and live from €1,000 a month. You never know. We never know where our desires lead us. And the way I believe and the way that I see in my life, so I can bank myself as my biggest evidence, is that it only gets better and better and better and better. Life always gets better. Will there be setbacks? Yes. Will there be anger? Will there be sadness? Will there be grief? Will there be darker moments? Yes. But if you look all in all, will every year be better and better? Yes, it is. And I'm confident that it's the same for you. But if we tune into that energy after, oh, what if it only happens once? My ego said, yeah, but what if you lose everyone? What if that's the moment that you will lose everyone and you will be alone? I think I will not. But the ego will always bring something up. And it's up to you to let it be there. We don't have to push it away. Because if I would push it away, my fear of ending up alone, which is a collective fear, but if I push it away, I will create my $1 million year with this, well, call it an inner child kind of thought, hanging on my body. You know how children are in the supermarket when they want something and you're not giving them? You have such an interesting moment hanging on your body when you are going after your desire. We don't bypass. We don't let these thoughts be our leading thoughts, but we also don't bypass. We listen to them, we make room for them, but from our power, not letting our inner child lead the way. I don't let Finn drive the car when we go outside. When we go to the store, it's me driving the car, not Finn. But often, women in business are driving their business car till the moment the inner child comes and they say, okay, you take over. And the inner child is driving the car. How successful do you think that is? There is only one way to achieve your goals when your inner child is leading the way. And that's from burnout and hustle, or to not achieving it anyway. And neither of them is good. Not achieving it is not good, but also only achieving it from burnout and hustle. It's the same shadow side, only the different side of the metal. And you don't want that. But we all have body parts that present themselves. Body parts, our cellular memory will present itself. We can work with that. Sexual healing is perfect for moments like these. We all have thoughts. We all have the collective field. But we were all meant to be in this journey. And whatever your biggest desire is, whatever your mind is telling you, whatever maybe sometimes even your inner circle is telling you, I often had moments in my life that I was the only one seeing it possible for me. I was the only one believing it possible for me. That's why I have my coaches to say, you got this. If I look at my own work, I think one of the biggest things and one of the most things that I do most often is saying, you got this. Yeah, but I think you got this. Yeah, but nobody, you got this. And if you think this is it, I think you have even more. Go. And I always see that because if women, for example, join my world when they haven't even made €1,000, it doesn't say anything. Because the moment we let the body lead the way, the moment we let the healed body lead the way, the moment when we let the energy of desire lead the way, is the moment, you see what I do, is the moment we step forward. And you are meant to step forward because there are so many people waiting for your truth. And it doesn't matter, even if you don't have a business, I am sure the women who are in my life, who are not business owners, they have a big desire. There is something that they are desiring. There is some place where they are expressing their truth. It's not in a business, but that's okay. So when you tapped into your desire, your biggest desire, what came up? And that is for you to alchemize. That is for you to almost write down in your journal, because this is just as important information as your affirmation saying, I'm worthy of it. I'm worthy of 10K months. I know I got this. But if your body says no, then that's what's leading the way. And we just want the body to be present. And we can heal and work with these parts. And that's what we will do in the program that I will tell you about later. This is your work. So if you haven't written them down, please write down or remember for yourself, what was it that came up for you? And work especially with these parts of your body. Bring love to these parts of your body. If it's your belly, at the moment, every evening I'm rubbing oil on my belly, bringing extra love to my belly, bringing safety to the belly. There is something that the belly stored, and that needs the attention. That needs more attention than putting a newsletter out. And I'm not saying that we don't put newsletters out, because I believe that we can do both. And I truly believe that we don't need as much time as your ego says you need. Because the ego is amazing in telling you that you can't do all the things in little pockets of time. And I am here to show you that you can. Because if I can do it, and I built my business like that, because Finn was only 1.5, 2 years old when I built the business. I didn't have much time. I didn't have more time than now. I think I had less time than I have now. Because I was alone at that moment. I was a single mom. And we can do so much. You don't need anyone else. Everyone else that you invite into your life, and that's, for example, a business bestie, a coach, you invite them in from desire and wanting to be supported, wanting to be helped, but not from the place of I'm fucked up. Not from the place I can't trust myself. Not from the place of neediness. We want to grow from desire, because the moment we let ourselves grow from desire, it gets to be so much more fun. And then we will have only these little moments where we lose ourselves. And that we get back into the heart and open up again. And when we open, the whole world is different. Can there be days that you have to be with yourself and think, I have to stay open, I have to stay open, I have to stay open? Yes. But throughout the day, the energy will shift. If your energy is not shifting throughout the day, if there aren't moments in your day that you can't experience love, joy, whatever it is, that's the other side of the shadow that you are in. You are too much in your shadow. You don't have your heart open as you could have. You are not leading yourself from desire and power. And looking back, when I lost Anna Sophia, I knew, I even asked God, because I was really looking into the grief industry, because I needed someone. At that moment, I needed someone. At least that's what I thought. But I couldn't find anyone. I could only find women that, at least to me, how it felt, and I can understand now, it felt way too dark. It felt not at the same places where I was. And taking me back to tools and things that I've learned years ago. If I look back, what helped me with grieving Anna Sophia were all the tools that I used for healing my sexual trauma, were all the tools that I used to build my business, were all the tools that I used to set myself back in my power after leaving an abusive relationship. These were the same tools, just now in the biggest heartbreak of my life. And looking back, I had to dive deeper in my own medicine. Grieving her was my portal to deepen my medicine. And I knew, I even asked God, please help me get through this. Please let me find my way back to myself. And not my old self, because things will never be the same. But please let me feel myself again, because I couldn't feel myself. It was too much. I never experienced something like that. It was way too much. And all I said, please help me feel myself again. And I will help other women. Please help me get through this. I get chills again. And I will help other women. And that's what I used these months for. I took my time to come back. I took my time to deepen my why, because I think moments like this, when you alchemize them, you can turn them into gold. And not because you should, but because it's your journey, because it's meant to be like that, because otherwise we wouldn't experience polarity like that. And I focused myself on bringing all these things together and making unbreakable, because unbreakable is what I created, and unbreakable is what I desire for every woman to feel. That no matter what happens, that no matter what you experience going after your biggest desire, because if women come to me wanting to experience more intimacy, wanting to experience more love, wanting, for example, just like me, because I once wrote a post that about wanting the love story of a lifetime. And since then, women ask me, how do you do it? And if we let ourselves be vulnerable in love and relationships, we need these tools. And we want to be unbreakable, and not from guarding and protecting ourselves, no, from power, to knowing that we can experience all the feelings, but that we always have the feeling of trust inside ourselves. Because if I can do it and you saw me do it, then you can too. I truly believe that every woman can build her business to 6 figures. I truly believe. Because I was only the woman who wanted 1,500 euros a month. If you asked me at that moment, I would have said that. I even said that in my journal. Just give me 1,500 a month. And the funny thing is that I didn't make it. There hasn't been a moment that I made 1,500 a month. And you know why? Because at that moment when I was struggling and trying to find out with my head at the time, why am I not creating it? Because I was going after too little. The universe was not there to confirm my little whiny self that would have been satisfied with 1,500. And I'm not saying this that we all have to have more. But what I experienced at that moment, and I see that every time in my business, and I see that with the women, especially in my one-on-one containers, but also in group programs, like I will tell you about later, is that if you desire too little for yourself, there is no universe that confirms that. There is no universe that confirms your desire when you are leading from your guarded heart, when you are leading from a guarded body, when you are leading from a sexual energy that's hidden even for yourself. There is no desire that's created from unhealthy feminine, but especially unhealthy masculine energy for the woman. There is no desire in this time. Everyone is so focused on the school system is bad, the government is bad, this is bad. But that's also all present in your own system, in your own body. You have this system as well. And yes, we can change the school systems because there is a reason why we will go travel next month. I don't want my children both, but one is in the school system now. I don't want my child to stay stuck in a system that only makes him feel less about himself. So we lead our own way. We follow desire because it's something that I felt almost 2 years ago, 1.5 years, I think. And I followed the path till this moment, till the moment that we planned our journey. Did that desire scare me? Of course it did. Well, how are you going to do this? That's the first thing. How? How am I taking my child out of the system? Because in Holland there aren't many ways. How am I getting him out? And if I get him out, how am I going to do that? How am I going to still have time for me, be able to create my business desires and help him first? How do you even teach a child when it's not in school anymore? Those are all the questions and lots of fear that presented itself. But taking one step at a time, my soul leaded the way. But if I ignored the desire at that time, and I truly believe that we women can, because there is always the temptation to do. But there is only one way. And that's what I felt when I was grieving Anna Sophia, because I didn't want to open my heart. I didn't want to. It was too fucking much. But I heard my intuition say, and I could also feel it in the body, that if you don't do it, you have to guard your body. You have to become harder. And I grew up under a narcissistic mom, and I know what that does to the woman, to the children, to everyone around that energy. And I didn't want to do that. I even felt, this is not up for you to do this. You have to stay soft no matter what, and you got this. And that's what we do. We open to our desires, and we don't think, oh, I heard my desire and I put it away. There's a closet, I open the door and goodbye. We don't do that, because the moment you do that, it's the same what you do with your heart. You take it out and put it in the same closet. And then this is you, a feminine, leading without the heart. And that's what you often see, and we can't do that. As much as we are against the systems, the government, society, whatever it all is, this is what we need to fix as well. This is what we have to be present with. That the moment you have a big desire, there's the moment that you tend to close. And that's okay. There is the moment you have a big desire, and there's the moment you tend to settle. Oh, I can be satisfied with this and this. I'm sure you can, but I'm also sure that you won't achieve it. And if you will either burn out, or you will always feel that you ignored your biggest one. There will be something, the moments you are honest with yourself, the moments at night when you brush your teeth, you know. And there will come a moment, and I always felt I don't want to be that woman. Because there will be a moment when you're old, you're sitting on a bench, and you think, if only I had, and fill in the blanks. If only I trusted myself more. If only I tried a little more longer. If only I didn't give up. If only I trusted myself. Because that's it. And that's why I created Unbreakable. And that's what we will do after these 3 days. And if you've been present in these 3 days and you saw what's possible for you and reading all your messages, receiving them all, imagine what will be possible for you if you create with this energy for 3 months. And not just with this energy, because in these 3 months, there will be weekly calls, weekly Zoom calls, where we will come together at this energetic table. And there is time for you. There will always be time for your questions. There will always be conversations between you and me. And I can guide you, mentor you on your journey to your desires. I can help you open your heart. I can help you see your biggest desires when you tend to give up. I can help you get back into alignment, because that's why I have my coaches too. I have my coaches to tell me, you are not in your biggest alignment now. Go back and continue your journey, but not there, here. To not get out of the body and to really feel, this is what I want. It's not this. It's my times 10. And I'm willing to go after that. I'm willing to show up vulnerable. I'm willing to be vulnerable, but still acknowledged in my power, because Unbreakable is not your grievy, pity party shadow self program. This is not a program to tell stories, to bring all the shadow on the table. You can, but only when you lead from power. And what that means is that I will always ask you to show up in your power, and to show up knowing what the person in her biggest desire would do. And maybe not do, but she knew the questions she wanted to ask. Because the person desiring €1,000 a month asks different questions than the person who desires 10K a month. And that's not sad that you can't come to the calls and say, I don't know, I'm stuck, and I don't know. But we don't come from, here is my bucket, full of shadow, full of stories, full of pity-pieing myself in my pity pool. Here it is. And how can I go on? Because if this is what we do, just pull out the bucket, then those are the answers you will get from that place. And I think that's something that we women have to grow up in anyway. At least that's my story. That's the only way how I can achieve now what I achieve. And not from the achieving, but from the fulfilling of the soul, from the feeling this alive energy most days of the month. To come from the place where you already emptied your own bucket and at least say, I don't know. This is my desire, because we will state the desires, we will declare the desires at the beginning of the journey, and we will begin the 15th of July. And that's where we will always go back to. That's where I will always let you get back to. And there will be moments that you don't see it. There will be moments when you don't know. There will be moments when all in you believes, I'm not worthy of it. I knew I wrote it down in the first week, but I can't see myself do it. And I will bring you back to that place of week 1 and help you every step of the way. Because that's what we do. So it will be weekly calls. You will get access to the Journey of the Priestess, which is a vault full of embodiment exercises, mindset, journaling. There is there are audios in it, there are all kinds of things. Yoni exercises, the armoring exercises, the vault is full of inspirational things that you can always get back to and set yourself back into alignment. There will be 2 integration weeks, and you will get a surprise fully attuned to your energy yoni egg, with which we will be working in these weeks. Every week. And even if you never experience the yoni egg again, if you are afraid, let all the feels come up, because we can do so much without the yoni egg entering your body. If that's not your moment, then we will work with the yoni egg outside of the body, and we can do the same there. So don't worry, just let yourself be guided. And every week you will get a journal document, a mindset document that will be filled with the energy of that week. We will bring in all the tools that I've used myself and deepen my medicine in every journey that I took. And especially, come as you are. Come with the desire that you have. If it's business, it's a business. If it's a sexual desire, it's a sexual desire. If it's an intimacy desire, and if it's all, come. Because it doesn't matter. If you bring women together and the common part is the biggest desire, it doesn't matter. Because if a woman steps forward and, for example, asks questions about her business, I am 100% sure that it will inspire you for the intimacy wounding that you are healing in your relationship. It will also inspire you to heal sexual abuse that you might have experienced in the past. It will also inspire you to speak up at your job when you still have a job, and that's totally fine too. You don't have to have a business to do this type of work. All the questions will inspire you on your journey. And we will focus on opening the heart, doing it your way, staying in your feminine, but no longer ignoring or denying your own power. Unbreakable means that you can have both, the feminine and the power. So the feminine and the masculine, and it's not said that the masculine is only power, because the feminine is fucking powerful. The feminine, for example, leads the way. The feminine lets everything feel really loving. The feminine creates the emotional safety. The feminine is fucking powerful. And this is what this 3-month program is about. Rewriting your story while reclaiming your power. So again, if you enjoyed these 3 days, then imagine what 3 months will create for you. I will have 10 spots available. No, I'm saying it wrong. This program has 10 spots. I already sold 4. And a 5th spot woman is thinking about it at this moment. So there are 5 or 6 spots left of the 10. There will be a pre-sale price. The pre-sale price for now till Wednesday is €2,222. You can pay in full. When you pay in full, you get a one-on-one call with me as a bonus. You can pay in 3 installments. You can pay in 6 installments. After Wednesday, or later in the day on Wednesday, I'm not sure yet, the price will go up to $3,000. Also paying in full with a one-on-one call bonus. Also available to pay in 3 installments and to pay in 6 installments. All is well. I will put the link of the sales page in the group after this call. You can contact me if you think, Sin, I like that, but I have some questions. Sin, please feel with me into this program. Is it something for me? Ask me, because I will always be honest. If I think there is a better place in my business to start, I will tell you. So never hesitate to send a DM and see if this is the program for you. Again, we will start on the 15th of July. I can't wait to see what this will create. And yeah, for now, if you decide to not join the program, that's totally fine too. Then I'm really thankful that you joined us these 3 days. Either it was live, either it was in the replay. All is well. And yeah, I hope you will continue with opening your heart. I wanted to say with creating your desires, but I think the most important part is to continue to open your heart. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, just shoot me a DM or send me an email. I will send the replay out. I will put the link in the emails as well. So if you're on the list, you will get the link in your email as well. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Sunday and hope to see you again soon. Bye.